Hey everybody, Movie Fan Z here. So it's time for another review. So today's movie is going to be 2020's Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. So this is a Netflix movie that came out last year. And it's usually not a movie that I seek out because I don't really feel that connection, especially from the trailer. But the main reason that I did check it out is because this is the last film role of Chadwick Boseman, who is in my top 10 favorite actors. I've seen almost everything that he's been in. So that's why I definitely wanted to check it out and see what this movie was about. So along with him, you have Viola Davis, who plays Ma Rainey. And then you have the director is George C. Wolfe, and it's based on the plays of August Wilson. And I believe there's 10 plays. The first movie based on his plays that came out was Fences. But let's get into the plot of this movie. So basically, this takes place in 1920s Chicago. And Ma Rainey, played by Viola Davis, and her band are in a recording session, recording some music for this recording studio. And basically, there's tensions that build between Ma Rainey, her trumpet player, Levy, played by Chadwick Boseman, and the white management who are trying to control Ma Rainey, who's also known as Mother of the Blues. Now let's get into some ratings before we get into my review. It has a 7.1 on IMDb, an 87 for a Metacritic, and a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. So very good scores. So now let's get into my positives and negatives. We'll start with the negatives. And my only real one is Ma Rainey. So in this movie, she's actually kind of like the supporting character. You don't focus as much on her as you do on Levy. But it's not anything to do with Viola Davis. It's not anything really to do with the character of Ma Rainey. It's more I just didn't feel as connected with her as I did with Levy. Now, on to the positives. Mentioned Levy a lot. I thought Chadwick Boseman definitely was the best part of this movie. And not just because I really like him, I just felt that Levy had so many layers and you got to know his backstory more. He's basically like, his character is basically someone who is impatient. He wants something and he wants it now. It's like, so I guess tensions rise because he wants to have his own band and have success that way, and maybe he feels that Ma Rainey is pushing him down. And along with Levy, like I said, you also get with Levy, you get a little bit backstory with him and some of his younger history, and it's a very powerful monologue in that. In that, you also get the story. and I'm not even meaning the main story. There's a story underneath the story about what life was like for Black Americans in the 1920s, especially up north. So, and you got a lot of that racial injustice And I will say it took me a little while to get into the story, but once I did, it definitely captured my attention. So my score for this movie is going to be a 4 out of 5. Definitely is a movie that was better than I thought it was going to be. Well, that is my review for 2020's Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Come back next time for another review. This is Movie Fan Z. Sorry. Movie Fan Z signing off. Have a good night.